Fear of God and Adidas has finally just revealed their new collection, and we just found out that we're going to be getting one of the biggest Jordan retros. Now, of course, before we get into all of that, we got to do a little release recap, so let's jump into the first one, which is the Jordan 1 Washed Pink. Now, these dropped on the 22nd, and I was actually mid-flight on my way back from LA, vlog coming soon. When I landed, they were still in stock, so yeah, Jordan 1s are just completely not selling out anymore. The Run the Jewels Dunk collaboration did sell out. That, of course, was the blue pair and then the pink pair. So let me know if you picked up either of these. And then the biggest kind of release that happened recently was, of course, the Jordan 1 Lost and Found restock. Now, this unfortunately was US only. So here in the EU and the UK, we didn't get the restock, but there was a rumored 240,000 pairs that actually restocked, which, if that's the case, that is absolutely wild. Nike, listen guys, listen, we're ready for another restock here in the EU and the UK. I didn't get a pair for retail, and I would love a second chance. Either way, you guys out in the US, let me know if you managed to get a pair, because if you did, that's a big W. Recap out the way, let's jump into this upcoming stuff, and let's kick it off with the biggest drop of this month, and of course that is the Travis Scott Jordan 1 Olive. Now, this is just a little release reminder because these are supposed to be dropping on the 26th of April, even though that's a Wednesday. I thought they would drop them on the weekend. Either way, I haven't seen any raffles load up or anything like that, which I thought was a little bit weird. I was kind of expecting some raffles to have loaded up by now. Just keep in mind, guys, that usually TravisScott.com does a release before the Nike sneakers release. I will keep you guys updated, whether it's over here on the channel or you can give me a follow over on Instagram, and I chuck things up on my story all the time. Now, another thing to keep in mind, we've all heard the rumors that this is supposed to be the highest stock Travis Scott Jordan release. There's about 150,000 pairs apparently, and from a lot of those rumors, the US is going to be getting most of those pairs. I believe the EU and the UK is only getting about 20 to 30k. Again, these are all just rumors. But another pair of sneakers that is finally releasing, God, I've been waiting for this pair of shoes for the longest time, and that is the Off-White Air Force 1 in the pine green colorway. Now, it's not like this is like my most anticipated sneaker or anything, it's just that this has been delayed for the longest time, and they are finally loaded up on the Nike sneakers app. They're going to be dropping on April the 28th. I don't think these things are going to be insanely hyped. I mean, the thing is, this is a very crazy silhouette in general. This is definitely the best colorway out of the Air Force 1 mid lineup, in my opinion. I'm definitely going to try and grab a pair if I can. All right, let's get into one of the biggest pieces of news, and that, of course, is the Fear of God and Adidas collaboration. And luckily, we've got a bunch of different sneakers and a whole clothing lineup. This is the first sneaker that we got to look at, and obviously this is the Fear of God Adidas Athletic, so this is kind of a basketball sneaker. And I kind of like the fact that the 3 stripes is a little bit more subtle. I mean, obviously I would prefer if it was very minimal branding. Here's a little look at the black and white colorway. This is probably my favorite. This one just kind of is a little bit more contrasty, other than the all over white one. And I've got to say that this sneaker really shows the Fear of God and the Adidas in it. Like, it does seem like a perfect little mashup between the two. This pair right here, this is also, I'm not entirely sure what Adidas model this is, maybe a Rivalry High or something it kind of looks like. Here's a pair which I actually really like the look of. It might even be my favorite pair. Here's a little picture of that pair of shoes on foot, which I think is going to be a pretty nice one. Here's another on foot shot of that basketball sneaker, and I think it does look pretty good on foot. It definitely reminds me a lot of the Fear of God Nike sneaker. It's just kind of like a mid-top version. We also got a little hint at the clothing and accessories that's going to be part of this Fear of God collaboration. This is actually Pusha T, who is performing at the show. We've got like this 3/4 sleeve top, which I think looks pretty sick. We've also got some joggers or some kind of sweatpants, duffel bag, which I think looks super premium. It almost looks like it's made out of leather or suede. Here's a little full outfit. You could see we've got a little bit more of like a nylon or some kind of waterproof sweatsuit. And here's a little video of Kanye West, who attended the show, obviously supporting Jerry Lorenzo, and that's actually his wife in this morph suit, in this weird like skin suit, which looks so creepy, I gotta be honest. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of the Fear of God and Adidas collaboration. Is it everything that you hoped for? Is it what you wanted? Now, for anybody who's a massive fan of OG Foamposites, well, one of the most iconic pairs is going to be returning. This is the Nike Air Foamposite 1 Galaxy print, which is going to be dropping in 2024. That's right, guys. These initially launched in 2012 during the NBA All-Star Weekend, the Galaxy Foam. So this is the 2012 pair right here. And I imagine it comes back pretty much identical to this. I don't think they'll change change this up at all. Now, the release date for these is apparently going to be sometime in spring 2024. Guess who's going to be making another pair of Jordan 1s? The infamous Marcus Jordan. That's right, guys. Apparently, there's going to be another trophy room Jordan 1. This time, it's going to be a low. Apparently, dropping this year during the holiday season in December. So as of right now, this is a very early leak. We have no images of what this pair of shoes is going to look like. However, we do know that the color scheme of this sneaker will likely include black, sail, and metallic gold. All right, we got official images and a release date for the Jarritos Nike SB Dunk Low. This is it right here, and it's going to be dropping on May the 4th. That means this drop is right around the corner, so I expect it to actually load up on Nike sneakers very, very soon. And surprisingly, none of these images show off the fact that you can actually cut away the top layer. Nevertheless, this is definitely going to be one of the more hyped dunk releases. I've seen so many people who are highly anticipating this pair of shoes, including myself. I want to get my hands on these things. All right, we got our first looks at one of the colorways of the upcoming Maniere Jordan 5 collaboration. This is going to be the black colorway with the burgundy accents, and if we scroll down here, this is the only image we have. But I will say it definitely looks a little bit different to the rendered image. This one definitely looks a lot more black, and then it also has very aged details, which is something that the rendered images did not showcase. So you can see here, like the rubber meshing that you find on the outside of the shoe, it's all yellowed out, and it kind of has that vintage vibe. And this is the only colorway that we've seen. There's also supposed to be this this sail colorway that's going to be dropping alongside it, but just expect this one to have the same details, at least I would imagine, in terms of all of the aged effect. Just wanted to show you this image here so you can get a better understanding of what's going to release this holiday season. All right, it is time to get into one of the biggest pieces of news that we've had last week, and that is one of the biggest Jordan retros. The Air Jordan 4 Military Blue returns summer 2024. That's right, guys. With all of these releases of this military color blocking, like the military black, then we had the Nike SB Jordan 4s. They all had that very similar military color blocking. Well, a lot of people were hoping that the military blues would finally come back. In my opinion, this is a phenomenal colorway, and it will definitely be one of the most hyped Jordan 4s when they do drop next year. Now, not only that, but this retro of the Jordan 4 Military Blue is going to be as close to the original 1989 pair as possible. So the last retro that we had of the Military Blues was back in 2012, and that had the Jumpman on the back. But this time, it's going to have the iconic original Nike branding on the back of the sneaker. Apparently, these are going to be dropping in the summertime, and they're also going to come in a full family size run. All right, so this one's pretty confusing. So take a look at this. This is the Nike Airship Every Game. So this is the pair of shoes that we thought was going to be the Nigel Sylvester collaboration, but apparently it's not, and it has nothing to do with Nigel Sylvester. It just pretty much looks identical. This is just a regular Nike Airship with just a premium twist on it. But we do have some updated on-foot images as well as a release date if you guys are still interested in copying this sneaker. I think these are super clean. I think it's a very, very nice colorway. Very, very premium materials, like the upper is all over cracked leather. Either way, if you are still after this pair, it's going to be dropping on May the 10th. We just got official images of the Nike Kobe 4 Protro Gigi colorway. These are going to be dropping right around the corner on May the 1st. This is a pair of shoes that we've seen leaks and rumors of for a while now. This is a colorway that honors Gigi, Kobe Bryant's daughter, and May the 1st would have actually been her birthday. That's why this pair is dropping on that date, and I think it's a perfect way to honor the legacy, and hopefully anybody who really wants this pair of shoes, who's a fan of Kobe and Gigi, are able to actually get it, and they don't make these things too ridiculously hard to get your hands on. All right, we got some brand new looks at the Air Jordan 5 Burgundy. This is going to be the first time it comes back, and we've got some of those detailed, I believe, official images, or at least very detailed images. So you can see exactly what it's going to look like over here, just all over burgundy. You've got that contrast stitching, the iced out outsole, and a bunch of different details. Like I said, these are going to be dropping later in the year. The release date apparently is going to be September the 9th. Yeah, this release is still a ways away, so we're going to keep it moving. We also got some brand new looks at another collaboration that was highly, highly anticipated, and now I'm like, people are kind of, oh, okay, well, yeah, okay, maybe it's not the most anticipated. Then, of course, is the Union Air Jordan 1, the woven colorway, or silhouette, or whatever you want to call this. This is something we had first looks of last week. Now, these images are a lot better, and they kind of showcase the sneaker in all of its well, maybe not beauty, but honestly, it's super interesting. I think this is something I've personally never seen before. This woven line that wraps around the entire shoe definitely brings something different to the Jordan 1. The only thing I will say, it reminds me a lot of the Jean-Paul Gaultier collaboration they did with Sacai that hardly released. I will say that the colors on it are very, very nice. Overall, I don't think it's that bad, but is it perfect? Is it exactly what I was hoping Union LA would drop? Probably not. Either way, again, the release date is supposed to be August this year, so yeah, please let me know your thoughts on these down in the comment section. Got a brand new Bad Bunny and Adidas Campus. Don't look at this title, they got it wrong. It says Forum Low. This is a campus model, and as you can see, it comes in very pastel colors. And you guys know my thoughts on the campus model. I think it's phenomenal. The quality is amazing. If you can get this for retail, it's one of the best value sneakers because you're getting so much of a sneaker with great materials for the price point. Now, we don't actually know a release date for this pair of sneakers, so if we get any more information, I will update you guys. And that's not the only Bad Bunny and Adidas sneaker that's in the pipeline, because we've also got another Response CL model that is going to be dropping in a clean black and white colorway. It also has a sail midsole, which gives it more of that retro look. I actually never had this pair in hand, but I know a lot of people who got these in hand and actually really liked them. If you're into kind of that retro running style sneaker and also want the Bad Bunny collaboration attached to it, then this could be a great option. These are going to be dropping at some point this year. We don't have a specific release date. Also got some detailed looks at the upcoming triple collaboration. This is the CLOT Fragment Nike Dunk Low, featuring that cutaway material, which is something that I always wondered about this pair of shoes, given that the cutaway material or tearaway material was something that was present on previous CLOT Air Force 1s. Not that exciting. It's just white leather with some different logos. You've got the Nike logo, CLOT, and then Fragment around the back. Either way, I still think this is going to be a very hyped release. We don't have a specific release date on when these are going to drop, just at some point this year. All right, we got some new Yeezy leaks. This is something that we've been seeing for the past few weeks, where just randomly a new Yeezy silhouette will pop up. So again, we have no idea what's going on, but this latest one is very interesting because it's something that we've never seen before, and it looks like it was going to release right around the corner. What is this pair right here? This is the unreleased Adidas Yeezy 500 High. This is very interesting. Let me just start by saying that the production date for this pair of shoes was June 2022. This pair of shoes has DNA from like a Yeezy tactical boot that I've seen a lot of samples for, and obviously the midsole is a Yeezy 500. Surprisingly, the combination actually looks incredibly good, at least in my opinion. And something that's just completely random or just super interesting is these laces act as a fire starter. So take a look at this label from Adidas. It says the shoelace should be used to adjust the upper tightness by tying around the ankle. The internal red cord can be used as a fire cord, which will start burning when ignited by an open flame or large spark. But I think that is so freaking cool. I think now that we're seeing a lot more of these unseen Yeezy silhouettes pop up, it really gives us an idea on like what Adidas has in their warehouse. We know that they've got like 500 million euros worth of shoes that are sat in a warehouse somewhere. What do you think of these things? And would you cop if they did actually drop? So let me know down in the comments. We also got some images of an unreleased pair of Yeezy slides. This one right here, a little MX version. Definitely something that we wanted to see. Yeezy Mafia also posted another colorway of the same kind of effect happening with a pair of Yeezy slides, the mixture effect. This one's all over tan with some blue and brown. These were actually produced April 2022, so literally a whole year ago. Whether we'll ever see these or whether they were just a sample, we're not exactly sure, but yeah, they remain unreleased. Last up today, a little new development in the Nike and Stockx lawsuit, which has been going on. We've seen some pretty wild updates for that, but this one is pretty interesting. So last we heard of this lawsuit, Nike went to this reseller who claimed that they had received 38 pairs of fake Jordan 1s from Stockx. And now the latest update, it says that the court documents state that Nike has yet to provide these documents that Stockx sells fake sneakers. They've come up with all of these claims and they haven't actually backed it up yet. So unless Nike comes up with these documents and actually provides proof that Stockx is actually selling fakes, it might just be some kind of weird thing that Nike's doing, maybe just to kind of destroy Stockx's image and basically say that they are selling fakes, or maybe they're just taking their time. Yeah, just a very small update on the whole Nike lawsuit. If you want to read all about it, this is something that's been going on for a very long time. It's actually pretty interesting, but you can take a look at it over here on Nice Kicks. Guys, that is the final story for today. And if there was any sneakers that I didn't mention in today's video, you can go catch up on last week's news with that video right over there.